Hey everyone, welcome to homework 1.9. As we move forward in our homework, we're going to be looking at prefixes, suffixes, and root words. And so we'll start with prefixes. Pre, remember, means before. So it is a part of the word or a word part that comes before the root of the word, and it tells us a little bit more about that word. So today we're looking at ones that all have to do with numbers. So the first one is, this prefix means 1. A uniform is the same outfit or look for everyone in a group. A chorus sings in unison in one voice. A unilateral decision is one that is made by a single party or only one side. So one of the prefixes that means 1 is uni. UNI means 1 when it's in front of a word. All right, if we think of universal, it's one world, right, that we're thinking about. This prefix also means 1. The ruler of a monarchy is a single individual or family. A monogram is a design made up of the initials of a name, and a monopoly is a single business that controls the supply of something. So monarchy, monogram. So our prefix is either MON or MONO. Mon or mono in front of a word means 1. This prefix means 2. A digraph is when two letters act as one, like PH in phone, F, right? When those two letters come together to make one sound. To diverge means to go into two separate directions. If you are familiar with the movie or book series Divergent, it is about people that go into different directions. A dichotomy is a division into two opposite positions or opinions. So a prefix that means 2 is di. This prefix means 3. A trilogy has 3 books. A triathlete competes in a triathlon of 3 sports: swimming, running, and biking. And a tripod is a stand or a stool with 3 legs. We usually use a tripod to hold a camera. And so that word that means 3 is tri. The last one is a prefix that means 4. And you can multiply a number by 4 to quadruple it. So that's a good connection to math. A quadruped. So quadruped. Ped refers to your feet. So a quadruped is an animal that walks on 4 feet, like a cat or a dog. Your quadriceps is a 4-part muscle at the front of your thigh. So in front of your thighs, you have 4 muscles that come together to form your quadriceps. So we have either quadri or quadru, and that means 4. You might also think of a quadrant in math, right? We have 4 quadrants. For tri, you can think of triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. So down below it asks you to list the prefixes in alphabetical order. I strongly recommend that you write your alphabet down. To help you with alphabetizing. Now with alphabetizing, you look at the first letter. If they're the same, you look at the second letter. If they're the same, you look at the third letter, and so forth and so on. So we have di, uni, mon, tri, and quadra. And we want to think about what comes after D, right? So the next letter that comes after D is going to be M. So our next one will be mon or mono. And our job is to take these 3 words, monarchy, monopoly, and monogram, and put them in alphabetical order. So M-O-N-A comes before M-O-N-O, because that A here comes before O. So the first word would be monarchy. The second word, monogram and monopoly, both have M-O-N-O, so the next letter is G here, and the next letter is P here. G comes before P, so I will do monogram next, and then monopoly last. So that's how you're going to alphabetize. I'm going to help you with going across. We have M, and then we have a Q, a T, or a U. So after M, we next come to Q. So quadri, quadra will be your next one. After Q, we come upon, let's see, T. So the next one will be tri. And then the last one, U, is late in the alphabet, so uni will come last. And then underneath those, you're going to list the words that are given to you here in alphabetical order. The last piece is asking you what other words can you think of that have di or quad at the beginning. Try to think of at least 2 each. So I gave you actually one for Q, for quad rather, is quadrant. We have 4 quadrants in math when we graph on the coordinate plane. So you can use quadrant as one. And then you think if you can come up with another one of quad. And then for di, there's a lot of different words that start with di that you might be able to think of. Divest is another word that you might be able to consider. And then if you are struggling to think of other words that start with di or quad, you can go ahead and go online and look for some, right? And see what other words might come up for you that you could use there. So you can use help. Remember, you can always reach out to me too if you need help. But that's all for today. Happy homeworking. Your code word for today is university. Your code word for today is university. Make sure that these prefixes are familiar to you, and we will look at them again on Monday. Happy homeworking, and I'll see you next week.